Everyone, welcome to Paris and welcome to the first edition of BeInCrypto and Proof of Talk Institutional 100 Awards. Tonight is about a convergence that would have seemed unlikely just a few years ago. Traditional finance and digital assets building something together. We are seeing a massive paradigm shift driven by spot ETFs, tokenized treasuries, on-chain credit, and smart contract automation, all supported by increasingly robust regulatory frameworks across the globe. We are no longer in the experimental phase. We are building the permanent infrastructure of future finance. BeInCrypto has covered it from the very beginning with a team of more than 150 specialists. Our work reaches leaders from Capitol Hill to the European Commission. What we have seen consistently is that the work that matters most happens quietly, behind closed doors, long before the press release. Tonight corrects this silence. The Institutional 100 is here to recognize the organizations and individuals building the actual plumbing of tomorrow's finance. We aren't honoring the loudest voices or the voices with the biggest marketing budgets. We are honoring the ones doing the real work. To guarantee total integrity, every winner tonight has been evaluated by an independent panel of 20 judges, drawn from organizations like Standard Chartered, Securitize, Signum, Zodia, the European Parliament, and the Bretton Woods Committee. Through rigorous quantitative screening and weighted scoring, we ensured zero editorial influence or bias. To our judges, thank you for the immense rigor you brought to the process. To our nominees and finalists, thank you for your vision. And to everyone in this room, you are the reason the digital asset industry no longer needs to ask for a seat at the table. And let's begin. Please welcome our hosts, Brian and Jessica.
Thank you very much, everyone, for coming this evening and sticking around for this awards ceremony that merges traditional finance, those incumbents of traditional finance, and the legacy and all of the insurgents from the crypto sector. My name is Brian McGleenan. I'm the Global Head of News at BeInCrypto.
And I'm Jess Lloyd. I'm Chief Strategy Officer at BeInCrypto. And because these are independent media awards, that word independent needs to mean something. And so before we hand out any trophies, we're going to tell you a little bit about how the winners were chosen.
Thanks, Jess. Now, the Institutional 100 runs on a two-stage process. So our research team identified up to 80 candidates per category, pulling on-chain data, SEC filings, regulatory databases, fund flow platforms, and public company disclosures. Every entry point has been sourced and verified. So that screening produced a ranked shortlist that you're going to see tonight of 4 per category. That's 25 categories and 100 nominees, and that's where the name comes from.
Stage 2 is our expert jury. These are the people who reviewed every shortlisted nominee. Senior practitioners from traditional finance, digital asset management, regulation, and blockchain infrastructure. Each judge reviewed each nominee against a published set of criteria and, of course, stepped out of any category where they had a conflict of interest. To every judge on this screen and those that traveled to be here today, thank you very much for every part in this process.
Now, as we begin tonight, let me introduce you to segment 1, which is Retail Crypto Bridge. And so we're starting the Retail Crypto Bridge looking at the first segment of tonight's awards ceremony, and it's all about execution, frictionless scaling, And it's about building compliance infrastructure that holds up under real volume and regulatory scrutiny, of course. Now, tonight we look at 5 categories that are pushing these boundaries. Neobanks, fintechs, multi-asset brokers, on-ramp and off-ramp solutions, and prediction markets. So let's see who is setting the standards. Now, the first category of tonight is Best Digital Assets Neobank. So the digital asset neobanks that are redefining what a bank account can do. This award recognizes the digital assets platform that are setting the highest standard for crypto-integrated financial services in 2026. And the long list is there. And it was scored by Fabian Dori, CIO of Signum Bank. And the winners of the Best Digital Assets Neobank are Revolut, Nubank, SoFi, and Bunk. Please put your hands together and a big round of applause for the first category of today's awards ceremony. Thank you very much. Now moving on to the second.
Fintechs didn't wait for banks to figure out crypto. They just integrated it themselves, and hundreds of millions of users followed. This award recognizes the platforms that moved the fastest, scaled the furthest, and brought the most people in. And the winners of the Best Digital Asset Fintechs are Revolut, Block, Cast, and Change Now. Can the representatives please come up on stage and get their trophies?
Okay. Now moving on to category 3 of tonight's award ceremony is Best Multi-Asset Broker. Now, there was a time when a broker offering crypto alongside equities and bonds would have raised eyebrows. So that time has actually passed. Now, this award goes to the institutions that read that shift early and built the regulated infrastructure to serve it properly. And the winners of Best Multi-Asset Broker are Fidelity Investments, Interactive Brokers, Swissquote, IG Group. Please put your hands together for the winners of this category. Could the winners also come up and collect your trophy? Come on, a round of applause. Thank you very much.
All right, let's move on. Every crypto transaction starts somewhere. Fiat to digital sounds really simple until you factor in compliance, speed, global reach, and the expectation that it just works. This award goes to the solutions that have made the first step something institutions and users can actually count on. The winners are Coinbase, Stripe, Zero Hash, and MoonPay.
Okay, thank you to the Best On and Off Ramp solution. Now the next category is Best Market Predictions Solution. Okay, 2 years ago prediction markets were just a footnote, but today they are moving real money on elections, rate decisions, geopolitical events. Now this award recognizes the platforms that built the liquidity and the market structure to make all of that possible. So much has changed in the last 2 years. And it was scored by our very own Clem Chambers, founder of ADVAFN. And the winners are Kalshi, Polymarket, Coinbase Predict, and Robinhood Predictions. Please, a round of applause for that category. And if the winners can come up and take their trophy. Thank you very much. Thank you. Now, we're moving on to the next segment, which is capital markets and infrastructure. Now, capital markets and infrastructure represent the invisible backbone of our entire ecosystem, dictating how safely and efficiently and transparently assets are going to move globally in this new financial rails of the future. So in this space, structural integrity is everything, and the platforms that succeed are those that build for long-term resilience rather than the short-term hype. So tonight, we are recognizing the pioneers driving this financial architecture forward across 5 critical categories that you're going to hear about: asset management, trading tech, liquidity, custody, and analytics. So let's see who is setting the standard for the next generation of capital markets. Now I'm going to hand it over to Jess now, who will introduce the first category of this second segment of tonight's awards ceremony. Okay. And it was scored by Vishal Sacharindran, VP of Global and Strategy at Bitpanda. And the winners of this category are BlackRock, Fidelity Investments, Van Eyck, and 21 Shares. Please put your hands together. A big round of applause for that category. Now moving on to category 7, which is best trading infrastructure. Now, behind every institutional trade is a technology stack that either holds or doesn't. So this award recognizes a platform that got that right, got it consistently right, and at scale. So it was scored by Michael Walsh, Chair of Kraken, who's in the audience tonight. Thank you, Michael. So the winners of this category are Talos, Ripple Prime, Wintermute, and VulcanX. Please put your hands together. A big round of applause. And also, can the winners please come up to take your award at the side of the stage?
Okay, now we're moving on to the best liquidity provider. When an institution needs to make a large trade, the quality of liquidity on the other side is everything. This award goes to the firms that have shown up consistently across market conditions and with the depth to back it up. The winners of the best liquidity provider are Wintermute, Cumberland, B2C2, and GSR. Please join us on stage.
Okay, so the next category of tonight's awards ceremony is Best Digital Asset Custody Provider. Okay, so no institution moves capital into an asset class it cannot safely hold. So custody is when trust is either built or lost, and this category reflects how serious the industry has taken this issue. And the winner was a result of a strict methodology that used on-chain data. And the winners of the best digital asset custody provider are BitGo, Fireblocks, Ripple Custody, and I missed out Coinbase Custody too. Big round of applause, please. Thank you. And can the winners also come up to the side of the stage to take your trophy?
All right, moving on. Institutional capital moves on data, ratings, and analysis. These are the firms giving risk committees what they need before a decision gets made. Tonight, we're recognizing the best in the space. Here's the long list. Scored by our lovely Clem Chambers again. And so the winners of the best digital asset ratings analytics provider are Moody's Ratings, S&P Global Ratings, Chainalysis, and Elliptic.
Okay, we're actually moving on to segment 3 of tonight's awards ceremony, and that's access to digital assets. Now, segment 3 looks at how institutions actually access digital assets, those exchanges, prime brokers, and the platforms sitting between traditional finance and on-chain markets. So can I please welcome to the stage Fabian Dorey, Chief Investment Officer at Sygnum Bank. Please give Fabian a round of applause as he comes to the stage. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, access sounds like a solved problem in 2026, but actually it's not. Institutions have the appetite, but what they're still figuring out is where to execute. Which exchanges hold up under regulatory scrutiny, which prime brokers can handle the full weight of a digital asset book. We see this every day at Sygnum. So let's see who made the shortlist.
Thank you, Fabian. A round of applause for Fabian. Thank you. Thank you very much. Now, the next thing up is, so from spot Bitcoin ETFs to tokenized private credit funds running across multiple blockchains simultaneously, the range of investable digital asset products available to institutions today is extraordinary. So each of these shortlist product suites made a famous case for what this all entails. And the winners, and it was scored by Lex Soligan, and the winners are BlackRock, Fidelity, Franklin Templeton, and Bitwise. A big round of applause, please.
Congratulations.
And the winners, please come up to the stage, take your trophy, and see Fabian and Alina.
All right, moving on to Fund Manager of the Year. Crypto native fund management has matured fast. Billions deployed across venture, hedge, and asset management strategies. The names in this category have the track records to prove it. The Fund Manager of the Year winners are Bitwise Asset Management, A16Z Crypto, Paradigm, and Pantera Capital.
Thank you. And if the winners come up and just accept their awards, as we move on to the next category, which is Leader in Digital Asset Adoption. So what the council looked for here was evidence, products launched, capital deployed, of course, infrastructure built. Now, the winner in this category made the biggest move of any institution into digital assets over the past year, and that's why the category is called Leaders in Digital Asset Adoption. The winners are BlackRock, Fidelity Investments, HSBC, JP Morgan Chase. Please, a round of applause for our winners tonight. And can you come up and get your trophy at the side of the stage?
Okay, moving on to the best market intelligence and data platform. You can't make serious investment decisions in a market that you can't see clearly. Behind every serious institutional move in crypto sits a data provider, a benchmark, or an analytics platform doing all of the invisible work. The winners here do it better than anyone. And so the winners are June Analytics, come on stage please, Glassnode, Coinmetrics, and Kaiko. Please come and get your trophies, guys.
Okay, now we're moving segment 4 of tonight's event. Thank you so much for staying with us. Now, our next judge spent 30 years across banking, asset management, and digital assets in London, Paris, Dublin, and the US. He chairs the first crypto firm ever authorized by the Central Bank of Ireland, and most recently served on the board of Kraken. Please, can I welcome to the stage our second judge, Michael Walsh. Big round of applause, please, for Michael.
everybody. Myron Scholes, the Nobel Prize-winning economist and father of option theory, once said, innovation must lead infrastructure because it's virtually impossible to know how to run markets efficiently before they're created. That idea has never felt more relevant than it is today. When we talk about infrastructure of financial markets, we're no longer talking about a distant future. We're talking about right now in 2026. This category sits at the very frontier of that transition. Let's take a look at the shortlist.
Thank you, Michael.
Thank you,
Round of
Michael.
applause, please. So the first category is best tokenized platform. The real-world assets on public blockchains have moved from concept to reality faster than almost anyone predicted. Now, the platforms we are honoring here have done more than any other to make that possible at this institutional scale, really. So it was scored by Dr. Tiarath Verdi, and the winners of this category are Securitize, Figure Providence, and Franklin Templeton. Please put your hands together and come up to the stage, winners, and collect your award. Thank you.
Congratulations, guys.
Thank you.
Moving on swiftly to best on-chain finance infrastructure. None of us would be here tonight if it wasn't for the infrastructure that makes this all possible. Every tokenized fund, every stablecoin settlement, every cross-chain transaction needs something underneath it to work. The winners in this category build that layer, and the institutions around the world depend on it. And so the winners are Chainlink, Connexus by JP Morgan, BitGo, and Privy. Congratulations.
Okay, if the winners can come up and collect your award, please. Now, the next category is Best Stablecoin Infrastructure. Now, stablecoins have quietly become one of the most important financial instruments of our time, settling trillions in transactions and sitting at the center of institutional payment rails across the globe. So we are recognizing tonight what we're seeing is the infrastructure making that possible at the highest level. And it was scored by Viara, and the winners of Best Stablecoin Infrastructure are Circle Internet Group, MasterCard, Visa, and Paxos. Please put your hands together. A big round of applause for the winners. And can the winners come up and accept their trophy at the side of the stage? Thank you.
All right, moving on. A couple of years ago, the idea of an AI agent holding a wallet and making payments on its own would have sounded like science fiction. Now, it's just normal. The winners in this category are the ones leading the way of where finance and AI meet. And so the winners of Best Autonomous Agentic Payments Platform are Coinbase, Solana Foundation, Circle Internet Group, and Mesh. Congratulations.
Okay, so we're moving on to the next segment of tonight's awards ceremony, which really is about the convergence of traditional finance and digital assets. Now, let me invite Charles Kerrigan, who is partner at CMS London, where he leads on crypto, digital assets, and AI. He's advised governments, central banks, setting standards for bodies and infrastructure on how to regulate this place. Please, a round of applause for Charles Kerrigan to introduce the segment on governance.
Thanks, Brian. Hello, everybody. What a wonderful event. What a wonderful location. I'm pleased to be able to announce the shortlist and echo the point that was made by Elena at the start. Regulation unlocks capital. So let's go to the shortlist.
Thank you. Thanks. Round of applause.
Thank you, Charles. And so, first of all, we're going to look at best digital asset compliance programs. Compliance in crypto is vast, complex, and a little unglamorous. But without it, none of this would work at institutional level. These winners have built that infrastructure better than anyone else in the market. And the winners of the best digital asset compliance program are Chainalysis, TRM Labs, Elliptic, and SumSub. Congratulations.
Okay, so the next category of tonight's awards ceremony is Best Crypto Corporate Governance. So as crypto firms list on public markets and apply for, say, federal bank charters, governance is no longer the optional thing. The winners have demonstrated the kind of broad independence, audit maturity, and institutional discipline that sets a benchmark for this entire sector. So, the winners of Best Crypto Corporate Governance are BNY, Circle Internet Group, Standard Chartered, and Coinbase. A round of applause for our winners. Please come up and select your trophy. I'll just stand back here, actually.
Okay, now we're moving on to the Institutional Legal Counsel of the Year. This industry has never been short of legal drama. Behind every landmark ruling, every framework that gave institutions the confidence to move, there was a legal team fighting for it. And the winners of this award have changed the game for the industry in the past year. Debevoise and Plimpton, Lewis Renardo Cohen, Davis Polk and Wardwell, Sullivan and Cromwell. Congratulations, guys.
Thank you, Jess. Now, the next category tonight is Regulatory Framework of the Year. Clear regulation doesn't constrain the industry, it unlocks it. So the frameworks we're recognizing tonight gave institutions that certainty that they needed to actually act and move things forward. And Charles Kerrigan was our judge. And the Regulatory Framework of the Year award goes to EU MiCA. Singapore, MAS, Dubai's VARA, HKMA. Please, a round of applause for our regulatory bodies. Come on. They don't much get a round of applause, so let's give them a really big round of applause. Thank you. Congratulate the winners.
We're moving on to our next segment, and I would like to invite somebody very special to take us through that. Mr. Clem Chambers, please come to the stage.
Yes, Clem.
Well, so many people think it's all about Bitcoin and Ethereum, but it's actually all about the blockchain. And the future is blockchain, and we're here to celebrate people that are building out the blockchain in where it really counts, which is the economy. So let's look at who are nominated and who have won.
Oh, thank you, Clem. Thank you. Okay. So this is Enterprise Blockchain segment. And the first category is Best Blockchain Implementation. So proof of concept is easy, isn't it? But production is hard. So the winners have moved blockchain out of the pilot, out of the sandbox, into not just live operations, but operations that are built at scale, verifiable businesses, and impact the industry. And it was scored by Christina. Now, the winners of tonight's Enterprise Blockchain Award are JP Morgan, Broadridge DLR, Swift and Chainlink, and Goldman Sachs. Please, a round of applause.
Congratulations.
Can the winners come up and collect their trophy? Thank you.
All right, moving on. Enterprise blockchain has gone from buzzword to boardroom. These are the chains, protocols, and tooling that companies actually bet their infrastructure on. Here's the long list. Dr. Christina Zhang. The winners of Best Blockchain Infrastructure, Chainlink, Ethereum, and Canton Network. Congratulations.
Okay, the next category of tonight's award ceremony is Best Web3 Ecosystem Development Program. So a blockchain without builders is just infrastructure, just waiting there for a purpose. So the program was recognizing tonight has done more to attract, fund, and retain developer talent than any other. And it was scored by Dom and Phil Kwok. So the winners of the Best Web3 Ecosystem Development Program are Ethereum, Sui Foundation, Solana Foundation, and Hedera. Round of applause for our winners, please. Thank you.
Congratulations.
And could they come up and collect their trophy and award?
All right, now that completes the institutional 100 list. Me and Brian would like to congratulate all of our winners here tonight, and I would like to invite back our BeInCrypto CEO and founder, Elena Afanaseva, to the stage.
25 categories, 100 winners, and 20 judges who gave this process the immense rigor it deserved. Thank you all so much. What we've seen tonight isn't just a preview of where digital assets are heading. It's a record of where they already stand. The infrastructure has already been built, and many amazing products are alive. And the regulatory guardrails are being fashioned as we speak. These are exciting times. So the question is no longer if these new innovative systems work, but what will be built on top of them. BeInCrypto will be there to cover that story in 26 languages with the exact same editorial independence that made tonight possible. To our judges, your time and your high standards are what gave these awards their credibility. Thank you. To every winner and finalist in this room, your work is the new benchmark for the industry. And to everyone in Paris tonight, thank you. Brian, Jessica, please let's invite everyone to join us on stage for a joint photo.
All winners, judges, please come up.
And one last thing, please everyone stick around and join us for the network and drinks right behind us, which are kicking off just behind you.
Thank you, man.
All winners, please come up on stage for a photo.
So if judges and winners would like to come up, take your award with you, please, and for a joint photograph.
Yeah, bring your trophies.
I've never had these, man.
Thank you. Thank you. Congratulations.
Networking. Join us at the networking drinks. Thank you so much for this event. Thank you.